Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the 10th practicum. Today, we will learn about two sample variants and two sample proportions. So this is our schedule after mid-semester. So we have been learned about one sample in mean, one sample in proportion, and also in variance. And last week we also learn about two sample of mu. There are four types of two sample of mu, and today we will learn two sample variant and two sample proportion. So this is our material practicum for 10 week. We have been learned in the last week about three type of two mean sample. There are sigma 1 and sigma 2 known, sigma 1 equal to sigma 2 but unknown, and the third type is sigma 1 unequal in sigma 2 and unknown. So today we will continue our practicum in pair observation, two variant tests, and two proportional tests. So remember there are four type of tests concerning mean. So we would like to test our parameter mu or maybe our research in two sample. We have mu 1 and then mu 2. Our decision to take which test statistic will be used is coming from sigma. If we have sigma 1 and sigma 2 known, so we have this test, this type 1. And then if we have unknown information about sigma 1 and sigma 2, but there are information that sigma 1 and sigma 2 are equal, so we use type 2. And if we have information that sigma 1 and sigma 2 is unequal and there are unknown, so we use a test statistic of type 3 in concerning mean. Remember that sigma is parameter of a population. Sampel parameternya adalah S. And today we will continue to learn pair observation. Pair observation usually because we have the data before we take some percobaan, misalkan diberikan suatu perlakuan, and then we have data after diberikan suatu perlakuan. So the object is only in one object, one population or one sample. But we try to record the data before and after diberikan perlakuan or treatment. In type 1, 2, and 3, there are two kind of population or sample. So this is the difference between type 1, 2, and 3 and for type 4. So this is the example 1. In type 1, we have been learned for the last week. Now, this is the step for the mini tab. And also in example 2, for the type 2 and type 3, the difference is on sigma 1 and sigma 2 equal or unequal. If there are information that assume that equal variant, you have to tick this box. If there is information that sigma 1 is inequal in sigma 2, so we should then you should not to tick this checkbox. So today in example 4 talk about paired observation. This is an example in a study conducted in Forestry and Wildlife Department at Virginia. C.A. Wesson examined the influence of the drug succinylcholine on the circulation level of androgen in the blood. Blood samples were taken from a wild, free-range deer immediately after they have received an intramuscular injection of succinylcholine administered using dart and chapter gun. A second blood sample was obtained from each deer 30 minutes after the first sample. So we have 15 deer for a sample. We try to record a time of injection before we inject this type of vaccine, yeah. And then after 30 minutes, we record the data of blood sample in androgen level on measure in nanogram millimeter. So this is the data given in table 10.2, assuming that the population of androgen levels at the time injection are normally distributed. So if we have information about normally distributed, so we can use a t-test or a z-test. Now we can we definitely use a paired observation because we only have one subject on one sample or only one population, yeah. The deer only 15 deer in this amatan atau dalam penelitian ini. Test at the 50 at the 5% level of significance, yeah, whether the androgen concentration are altered after 30 minutes. So this is the solution in Minitab software. First, type all the data in a Minitab column. We have two type of data, a time of injection and 30 minutes after. Type all the data for the first deer, second deer until 15 deer in a column C1 and column C2. And the second step is click start and then basic statistic, choose a pair test. And then in the third step, choose each sample in column because we have the raw data. If we have only an information about maybe in a day bar and then standard deviation of day bar, so we can use another type. Nah, you can click this panah ke bawah ini and then choose the summarize data as usual. Kemudian entry sample 1 with a time injection and sample 2 and double click or select in this box with 30 minutes after. And then and the fourth step is you click option and set the level of confidence because from the information of this research, you use 5% of alpha and the hypothesis different because no information how many difference, so we use 0 or 0. And then the alternative hypothesis because a question for this question is alter, ya, only alter berarti ada perubahan atau tidak, so we use tidak sama dengan or unequal. And then click OK. This is the software output. We have a descriptive statistic for each sample, time sample injection, and 30 minutes sample after, with F, with this mean for the sample 1, mean for the sample 2, and also standard deviation of sample 1 and sample 2. And we have an information estimation for pair different. This mean is mean 1 dikurangi dengan mean 2. And then this is the statistical test of paired observation with the null hypothesis mu d sama dengan 0 and the alternative hypothesis mu d tidak sama dengan 0. So we have the t-value 2,06 minus 2,06 and also in a p-value 0,058 because we use output software, we can conclude by p-value. We will compare p-value with alpha and the alpha is 5% atau 0,05. Nah, because the p-value greater than alpha, so our decision is fails to reject H0. Nah, our conclusion is mu d tidak sama dengan mu d sama dengan 0 Nah, this is the step for manual step. First, state the hypothesis H0 mu1 sama dengan mu2, H1 mu1 and equal in mu2, significant level 5%, use two side. Statistical test, you can check on your T table or the slide before I have been take the T table. If T less than min 2,145 and T greater than 2,145, where the T, this is the formula for the paired test, P sama dengan D bar min D0 per SD per akar N. With V is N min 1 because we have 15 here minus 1, so the V atau degree of freedom is 14. So this is the calculate of D bar and also in standard deviation. So the T test is 2,06. Decision, recheck H0 if T greater than T alpha. Nah, because T 2,06 is less than 2,145, so it is failed to recheck H0. Our decision in a manual counting is have the same result of software output. So this is the conclusion. The androgen concentration are altered after 30 minutes. Atau ada perbedaan antara rata-rata darah level of androgen dari mu1 dan mu2. As a result, there is some evidence that there is a difference in mean circulating levels of androgen. Okay, go on to the second agenda of our practicum today. We will learn about two proportional tests. If we have proportional data 1 and proportional data 2, so we should to have the pooled estimate of the proportional P with this formula. P sama dengan X1 plus X2 per N1 plus N2. Because in sample 1 we have a P parameter and then N parameter and also X. X adalah jumlah kejadian sukses. N merupakan sampel dan P adalah proporsi atau peluang sukses, yaitu X per N. Nah, kemudian we have the Q parameter. Q parameter itu adalah kejadian selain sukses, yaitu gagal. Nah, karena jumlah atau sigma daripada peluang harus sama dengan 1, maka Q atau peluang gagal adalah 1 min P. 1 dikurangi peluang sukses. So this is the Z test for the proportional two proportional test. And for the critical region, as usual, if null hypothesis is less than or greater than, the critical region is suitable for the null hypothesis. So this is an example for two proportional tests. In a winter of epidemic flu, the parents of 2,000 babies were surveyed by researchers at the well-known pharmaceutical company to determine if the company's new medicine was effective after 2 days. Among 120 babies who had the flu and were given the medicine, 29 were cured within 2 days. Jadi 29 bayi itu sembuh setelah diberikan obat dari perusahaan farma yang terkenal itu. Kemudian among 280 babies who had the flu but were not given the medicine, 56 recover within 2 days. Nah, 56 tanpa diberikan obat itu sembuh dari 280 bayi. Is there any significant indication that supports the company's claim of the effectiveness of the medicine? So we have from this question we have known the P1. P1 adalah peluang sukses yang pertama. Yang pertama yaitu ketika dia diberikan medicine. X1 per N1, 29 per 120. Kemudian P2 adalah proporsi peluang dia tidak diberikan medicine, jumlahnya berapa, yaitu 56 dibagi dengan 280. And this is a pool estimate of two proportion. Jadi kita harus menghitung pool estimate-nya, gabungannya, peluang gabungannya, yaitu X1 plus X2 per N1 plus N2. Nah, yang ditanyakan adalah apakah company claim the effectiveness of the medicine. Jadi apakah bisa diklaim bahwa P1 lebih besar dari P2? So this is the solution in MinTab software. First, click Start and then Basic Statistic. Choose the two proportional tests. And the second step is input a number of events because we have only the summarized data. So we use this summarized data and then type the number of events in sample 1, 29, number of trial is 120, sample 2, 56, dan number of trial 280. And the third step is click option, fill the confidence level 95% and choose alternative hypothesis. Nah, the different greater than hypothesis different. And test method, we have to choose this one. Use the pool estimate because we calculate proporsi gabungan tadi ya. P sama dengan X1 plus X2 per N1 plus N2. So this is the output of MiniTab software. We have a descriptive statistic in sample 1 and sample 2, event, sample, and the proportional of each sample. And this is a statistical test of two proportional tests. The null hypothesis if P1 minus P2 sama dengan 0, and the alternative hypothesis P1 minus P2 greater than 0. Because we use a normal approximation, so we read this output. We have z value 0,93 and a p value 0,175. We can conclude this question use this problem use p value. We compare a p value with alpha. Alpha sama dengan 5%. Because of a value greater than alpha, so the decision is it is failed to reject Hanno. Berarti konklusinya adalah P1 sama dengan P2 atau tidak cukup bukti untuk menyimpulkan bahwa efektivitas dari medicine dari perusahaan farmasi itu adalah memberikan hasil yang efektif dibandingkan dengan tanpa obat. So this is a manual counting the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. So we have a Z statistic same as the previous for the MiniTab software. Also in the same result ya, Z sama dengan 0,93. Nah, in this decision, reject Hanno if Z count greater than Z alpha. Because a Z count 0,93 less than Z alpha 1,645, so it is fails to reject Hanno. The conclusion is there is no significant indication that supports the company of pharmacy that the effectiveness of the medicine. Jadi tidak cukup bukti untuk menyimpulkan bahwa obat yang telah dibuat oleh perusahaan itu efektif daripada tidak menggunakan obat. So this is the third agenda of our practicum of two variance tests. Now, testing in the equality of the variance of two population. We use this statistical test, F test. So this is example for two variance tests. A study is conducted to compare the length of time required by men and women to assemble a certain product. Past experience indicates that the distribution of time for both men and women is approximately normal, but the variance of the times for women is less than men. A random sample 4 times for 11 men and 14 women produced the following data. So we have the data for men and also for a woman. Test the hypothesis that sigma 1 equal to sigma 2 against the alternative sigma 1 greater than sigma 2. Use the p-value in your conclusion. So this is the solution in Minitab software. First, you click Start, Basic Statistic, and choose the two variants, and then input the number of sample 1 and sample 2. Nah, we have sample size 11, standar deviasi 6,1, sample size 14, dan standar deviasi 5,3. And click option, fill the confidence level, choose the alternative hypothesis. Because we use a sample standard deviation, rasionya juga digunakan varian karena hipotesisnya nanti adalah varians, sedangkan yang diketahui adalah standar deviasi. Confidence levelnya 95%, alternatif hipotesis adalah rasio greater than hypothesis rasio. Rasionya adalah 1. And then, okay. This is the software output. We have descriptive statistic of each sample 1 and sample 2. And this is the test of variance test. Null hypothesis. Nah, null hypotesisnya menggunakan variance. Varians sama dengan 1 dan varian lebih besar 1. Atau artinya varians populasi 1 lebih besar daripada varians populasi 2. Nah, we use F method atau rasio F. This is the statistic test 1,32 and the p-value 0,312. Because the p-value is greater than alpha, so our conclusion is it is fails to reject H0. Jadi yang jadi konklusi adalah mu 1 atau varian 1 sama dengan varian 2. Nah, this is the state hypothesis for manual counting H0, H1, level of signifikannya 5%, we use one side. Statistical test, now we have same result of manual counting with Minitab software. Minitab software we have a result 1,32. So the decision is reject H0 if F hitung lebih besar daripada F tabel. F hitungnya 1,33, F tabelnya adalah 2,67. Nah, karena F hitung lebih kecil daripada F tabel, so it is failed to reject H0. Jadi gagal menolak H0, maka kesimpulannya adalah the variability of the time assemble is not significant greater for men. Jadi tidak signifikan atau lama waktu pengerjaan laki-laki itu sama dengan perempuan. So this is the end of practicum. Thank you for today and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.